Good day. My job today is very simple. It's what I do every morning with you. I consider myself to be the warden of an insane asylum. And every morning I break up a fight, a skirmish, a scrum, some type of little melee, some Donnybrook, something, some fracas that occurs among and amidst people. And I do my best to say, well, this is what this is about, this is what this is about. Please focus on this. And you will run up to me, you, the patrons, the inmates, I'm sorry, with your own version of, yes, but he did this. Did you see this? Did you see what happened here? Did you see what he did? Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I saw this. Yes, I did. Yes, but did you? What are you going to do about it? Did you see? Yes, yes, I saw this. Yes, I did. I did see this. But don't worry. Let me put this into perspective. Let me, if I could, put this into perspective. Because what you're seeing right now is valid, but it's not, well, let me further explain. But first, I must give you a couple of announcements. Number one, I have to say this, and I'm sorry to do this, but I will. You must like this video. You must subscribe to this channel. You must hit the little bell so that you are notified of new videos and the like, because we go through purges constantly. And the only way to address this is to beef up the purges with algorithms, or algorithms, as people say. So I thank you for that. Number two, on January, this is important, January the 14th, right here in New York City, I'm going to be at the Cutting Room. And if you've never been, first of all, if you've never been to New York City, the way it's been portrayed is kind of like the way it's always been portrayed, just as some kind of sheer hellhole. And I can assure you, it is not. The tourism, it's huge. But they always want to make it sound terrible. And what I want to do is, I don't do this stand-up kind of like this Dave Chappelle. We'll get to that in a moment. That's very nice. By the way, I opened for Dave Chappelle one time. Well, he didn't realize it. At the Cutting Room where I perform, he came in one time afterwards, after I was done, to try out his stuff. And so that's January the 14th. Tickets are available. The information is right here on just go to this YouTube description piece. And by the way, Dave Chappelle knows nothing about Ukraine. Nothing. He is absolutely one of the chosen few, because he can say things, of course, nobody else can say. And he doesn't know anything about Ukraine. Nothing. He knows nothing. He doesn't understand it. He doesn't. He just doesn't. But it doesn't surprise me. But sometimes you have to listen to what people are saying in order for you to understand where the miscommunication is from. And in addition, what I want you to do is the following, and I want you to recognize this, and this is very, very important. One of the things that I have engaged in for a long, long, long time is the notion of food preparedness, I should say. And this is from way back. My mother showed me. We had a relative of ours who was a Mormon, who was into the notion of food preparedness as well. And it's a very, very simple concept. And in the old days, it was kind of scary, because if something went wrong, you had to figure out, well, I've got to make this, I've got to prepare this. Well, My Patriot Supply is where I have been going to, and I'm so thrilled and happy to be have them as a sponsor, because we have right now everything prepared so simply stored so perfectly for minimum of 3 months for Mrs. L and me, period. And I and millions of people have done this. And you have it, you stack it. It's beautifully stackable, very modular. And you go to preparewithlionel.com, and there it is. 2,000 calories per day for 3 months. Nothing that you can possibly do. Nothing can compare to this. Nothing. And whenever you talk about this, whenever I've done this, there's always somebody who says, well, you know, I have a fish. I swear to God, somebody said, I have a fishing pole. Said this. I said, well, you're talking about complete and total. Imagine there's a shutdown, stores are closed, there's no food. Well, I have a fishing pole. Well, I've got a dehydrator. We're going to can some tomatoes for 3 months, 2,000 calories a day per person. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. You've got that? Does yours last 25 years? This has a 25-year shelf life. It's 120 pounds. 6 rugged, water-resistant buckets you just stack up. You put them there, and that's it. And you can save now $250. This is the best deal there is, and they've had since 2019. Preparewithlionel.com. I'm telling you, there's nothing like this. There's nothing, but I appreciate this frontier spirit, Daniel Boone. I appreciate this, Grizzly Adams. I love this. I love that frontier spirit. You're out of your mind if you think you're going to be able to run down to the creek with a rod and reel or a cane pole and keep your family in fish for 3 months. I mean, I don't understand it. Because the moment things break down, that's it. So go to preparewithlionel.com. See for yourself. I'm telling you, I'm a believer. Believe me. Preparewithlionel.com. Preparewithlionel.com. Go and see for yourself right now. Preparewithlionel.com. Now, I have some friends of mine, and I'm sure you have them as well, who are Trump acolytes, Trump zealots, for lack of a better word. And they believe in this Trumpisms to the point where I think, well, I don't know what to say. And I tell them this, and they look at me like I've somehow told them that there's no Santa Claus or something. Number one, if I could speak with President Trump, I would say, sir, you cannot run in 2024. And you know that, and I know that. But do you know why that is? Let me tell you why. Is it because you're not a good candidate? Nope. Is it because you don't know what you're doing? Oh, absolutely not. Why? You have no support. The Republican Party is destroying itself. It's turning on itself. It's turning on you. You will not have the support. You will not have anybody behind you. You will not have anybody even remotely behind you. You've got these fly-by-nights, these fair-weather friends, I don't know what, and they have now turned their love to Ron DeSantis. That's number one. And there's nothing you can turn them away. There's nothing you can explain them. That's number one. Number two, with all due respect, sir, as you know, you have done stuff which frankly has made many of us wonder whether you have lost your mind. And we are getting tired sometimes of having to explain to you. To explain, no, you see, he didn't mean that. No, you see, no. You see, the reason, and we're tired of it. And I'm tired of that. And we just don't know if we can do it anymore. Because, first of all, nobody's listening to us. And you make us a doggone difficult. Now, Mr. President, we love you to death, but when you went after Ron DeSanctimonious, I don't know what that was, and you're attacking his wife, and we know where the skeletons are buried, stop it. Stop it. Now you got Mike Pence is going out there. Mike Pence. You know what Mike Pence is? Let me give you an example. Mike Pence where I'm from, you know, Ybor City, West Tampa, there's the Sicilians were there, my relatives. And the word miskino is like, it's not good. Poor thing. It's like bless his heart, miskino. It's like bless his heart, pobrecito. Mike Pence. Miskino. He's just... And here he is saying, you know, I don't know, January 6th. Oh, God, there he goes again. And it was rotten what they did to him. Seriously. Rotten. That was not as bad, but not as innocent as you think. There's an interesting balance there that day. And we'll never get to the bottom of January 6th. And by the way, do we know if there's anybody even in the gulags anymore? We don't know. We don't know. Isn't that something? We don't even know if there's anybody in these anymore. The most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. The most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. We don't know. Marjorie Taylor Greene was responsible for this, for at least bringing it up. Nobody else did. Nobody. We don't even know if there, we don't know anything. We don't know about any. Remember Kyle Rittenhouse? Who? Kyle Rittenhouse. Don't you remember him? He was your hero. Kyle Rittenhouse. Yeah, that goofy kid with the gun and he shot the... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What happened to him? Don't know. You forgot. We forgot. They forgot. That's the way it goes. Okay. Ashley Babbitt. Anybody bring her name up anymore? Who? The only person killed. Oh, that woman. Yeah. What happened to her? She was shot. Huh. See how we are? You see how we are? You see what's all going on? So, Mr. President, with all due respect, you can forget this Republican Party. You can just forget about them. Let me tell you what the real story is today. That is so good. And everything, every part of my body, every part of my being, every part of everything that I have says, put your money on that. Put your money on that, my friends. Let's talk about this FTX, this cryptocurrency dude. Come on. Come on. Anybody want to do that one? That one stinks to, oh my God, SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. Oh, ooh-wee. We'll never know. Never. That's the money. That's the one. I would say, I'll take that case. You worry about, you want to work on Paul Pelosi? Remember Paul Pelosi? You forgot about Paul Pelosi, didn't you? I know you did. That's over with. Oh, yeah, that's right. See how you are? Mr. President, they forget. It just doesn't matter. They're going to forget about you immediately. That's why just go away. But this SBF, you watch that. Now, what do you think would be the chance? Let's say I have a movie. A movie. I'm not saying this happened, but let's say I have a movie. And in my crazy, wacky movie, my book, my story, I have this idea that says, imagine this chain and this interconnection of Act Blue, FTX, Yugoslavia, payments here, shifted over there, and then poof, hey, where's SBF? Where did he go? Don't know. Wait a minute. Shouldn't we, he was just here. Shouldn't we investigate that? Oh yeah, but he was a big Democratic sponsor. Oh, do you think maybe we should investigate? No. Maybe Jim Jordan can do that. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Jordan's going after, is he going after Fauci next? Who is, oh no, I know. Hunter Biden's laptop. That's the one. Hunter Biden's laptop. Why? Wow, that's good. Yeah, but this is the one. This is Enron meets. Where did that money go? Where did this go? Who got what? Did it come back? Follow the money? Well, we don't have time for that. We don't have time. We'd love to talk to you, but we just don't have time. Sorry. Watch what happens. Mr. President, you see what's happening right now? This is what Jim Jordan's going to be doing. Watch. Oh, and Fauci. They're going to drag Fauci together. That's always good for a few laughs. You see, Mr. President, the Republican Party is worthless. Don't bother. Now, let me tell you one more thing. If the Republicans were like the Democrats, I'd say, oh, you definitely run. I want you to listen to me and listen good. Seriously, listen to me. If Joe Biden was in a coma, in a vegetative state, God forbid, and he was on the ballot, you know what the Democrats would say? Nothing. Nothing. They would say, that's willpower. That's the spirit. That's it, Joe. Thank you, buddy. We're with you. AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, Nancy Pelosi, left, right, Steny Hoyer. Oh, we're in. Oh, we're in. Republicans would be MTG over here, Matt Gaetz over here, Mitch McConnell over here, this one over here, Mitt Romney over here. Then you got the Fox News versus the National Review versus this one. It's just a mess. So, Mr. President, I'm telling you, don't just leave them. It's not about you. They're not going to back you. They don't know what's going on. They're going to do nothing. Dinesh D'Souza, good man, good friend of mine, showed him, hey, this is my show called 2,000 Mules. What was that? This is my documentary called 2,000 Mules. Well, we won't do it like that. What? Thanks for telling me. So you're talking about, oh, I see, okay. Now, I don't know anything about how this thing works, but this is the thing that got, again, I would, if you tried, if you said, okay, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have at this precinct, hey, did you see this? Did you see this precinct? What is this? Well, it's in Maricopa County. Maricopa County. What about it? Well, we just found all of these absentee votes, and you know what? They happen to go for Carrie Lake. Want you to count them. But you have more absentee votes than people who live here. Yeah. Count them. We're not going to count them. Oh, no, count them. Try that. Try doing that. Go ahead. Same thing. Oh, hey, wait a minute. This guy's dead. I know, isn't that something? Well, the Lord moves in mysterious ways. Count that. You wouldn't get to step one. Nothing would happen. And for good reason, because you just can't do this. Now the Republicans, what are they going to do? They're going to go on Sean Hannity's show, or maybe I don't know what they'll do, or Tucker, or they'll have some, and that's wrong. Democrats can do, well, I don't know what they do. They just keep winning. Not everything, not the House, but the Senate. And here's another thing, too. And I want you to listen very carefully. If I represented the Democratic Party, in a trial of kind of you're alleging some kind of chicanery, I would say, can you possibly rule out? Can you rule out the possibility? Can you rule out the chance? Can you rule out that they won? Can you rule that out? No, you can't. Can you rule out the fact that more people wanted the Democratic ticket than wanted the Republican? No, you can't. See, whenever something goes wrong, the Republicans say, "Oh, it's obviously some type of fraudulent voting." Are you sure about that? Well, come on, of course. Really? You had Dr. Oz. Oh, is that Trump's fault? Or is it Melania's fault? Or is it Hannity's fault? Whose fault is Maybe it's Oz's fault. Ever think of that? What a novel idea. But here's the best part. They knew everything about him. They knew all about this guy, Fetterman. And he won. And you're like, dude, was there, fraud? I think they voted for him. No, it can't be. No, you can't. He had a stroke. I think they voted for him. No. You don't know. You don't understand. He's incompetent. No. I mean, he might be. You're right about that. But they didn't like Oz. And they voted for Trump, the state. And they're replacing Pat Toomey, a Republican. Well, it can't be our fault. No, I think it's your fault. Because why? Because Oz sucked. Stunk. And you want to blame Melania? Go ahead. Or Hannity, or Tom Waits. Maybe Stanley Fafara, who played Whitey in Leave It to Beaver. I don't care. All I know is that's what happened. And then you got this guy, Blake Edwards, or Blake Roberts, or Blaze Robert, whoever this guy is. Never did anything for me. Remember that one? Oh, he's such a cool guy. Tucker did a documentary, right, to show you how cool he is. He's so cool. With a documentary? Wow. That'll put him over the top, huh? Nothing. There, I saw something over the weekend which was so interesting. I saw, much to my chagrin, an SNL takeoff, and this Carrie Lake. Why does she always have that? This is a background either on Skype or Zoom where you have the blurred background. What is this? Why are you... Can you maybe... Oh, I don't know. Mix it up a little bit? Can you do that maybe? Sorta? I don't understand why. I don't get it. Can somebody please tell me why do Republicans love this? Why don't you stick that microphone? Oh, Carrie, hold on. I used to be a news reporter, and let me tell you something. I'm your worst freaking nightmare. Oh, that's Governor. It was close. Did Boebert win, or is that still? I don't know. What happened with that one? What happened with these guys? I don't know. And nobody can figure it out. I heard a very, very, very interesting interview of sorts with our friend and yours, the lovely and talented Victor Davis Hanson, who was on an Australian podcast. Very interesting. And Victor Davis Hanson, who is what he lacks in oomph, he makes up in just sheer intellectual firepower. And he said unequivocally, well, in the old days we had this, and they spent 10 to 1, and in the old days, if there was an absentee vote and this and that, and now it doesn't matter. In the old days it was okay, fine. Here's a new one for you, and maybe you can help me with this, that Victor didn't really address, but I'm going to address. Maybe, just maybe, the Democrats won because they had more votes than the Republicans. How about that? Is that possible? Is that possible? Now, you want to play why? Good luck. Is it because of Trump? Is it because of the young vote? Is it because of that phony baloney free tuition thing? Was that it? Well, maybe. Is it because of the Roe against Wade? Is that it? Could that be it? Could it be it? Could it be? And I love this. They always have, there's some reason. Well, that's it. That's the reason. Could it be because, wait a minute. Could it be because of the... Now, how come Marjorie Taylor Greene won? Well, that's Trump didn't help. Well, Trump, it helped her. Trump helped her. Is that it? But, okay. Why did Lee Zeldin lose in New York State? Why? Why? You told me, this is for the governor, against Kathy Hochul. You told me he was going to win. Every poll said, well, Lee, you're going to do it. Well, here's how we're going to do it. And I said, I wouldn't tell people. You're going to win, Lee. Don't tell people that. Tell people we need your vote. We need your vote. What is it? What is it? Tell me. Tell me. Why are you doing this? Why don't you go out there and say, listen, this is tough. I need every New Yorker who believes in crime fighting. No, you didn't do that. No, we go, oh, the Quinnipiac poll. Oh, the Rasmussen poll. Oh, the Trafalgar poll. Oh, we're going to win. We're going to win. And Kathy Hochul brought in Madonna and George Clooney and Leonardo DiCaprio. You can laugh. People like them. And bring them in. And what did Lee Zeldin do? I don't know. He never did anything for me. But people say, oh, Kathy Hochul's terrible. And they kept saying that. They kept saying it. And because they said it, because, you know, Mark Levin or somebody says this, well, that answers that. Why bother? Not to mention we got our polls in. This is the mentality of this. So that's why I go back to what I say to President Trump. Don't run. Don't do this. First of all, don't run because they're not going to support you, number one. Number two, please don't run as an independent. I think it's tomorrow or something. Whatever. Don't do that. Let them have fun with Ron DeSantis. They love him. It's the flavor of the week. They love this guy. And if you get in the way, and as I told you, Mr. President, I know you didn't listen to me, but I said you should have been the gray eminence, the eminence grise of Mar-a-Lago, where you could have had people come and visit you and speak with you. Leaders of the world, experts to talk about, like Nixon did in Saddle River, right? What? But you're always playing golf. Or you're showing up at some, you know, hey, I'm at Mar-a-Lago. Hey, look, these people, I'm crashing a wedding. Hey, it's me. You know, playing golf. That's all you did. Okay. I told you what you should have done. I told you, but... Now, you ready for this? Who wants to hear something petty? Come on. Who wants to hear something petty? And it's not petty. It's fascinating. It's a fascinating story. And I wanted to bring this to your attention. And I think it is something which is just beyond interesting to me. And I want you to listen to this one. This was so wild. Did you know Ivanka Trump, this was, you know, they had a wedding over the weekend for Tiffany Trump. Ivanka Trump. And did you see any pictures of Marla or?
Yeah, Marla's in
oh,
one family photo.
One family. Okay, good. Because Marla Maple, she didn't say anything, nothing.
In the black dress one, she's in that photo.
Okay, here we go. Ivanka Trump, who by the way wants to be Kim Kardashian. You know that, right? Okay. Has sparked amusement, this is from the Daily Mail, by cropping her brother's fiancé. Not even full air quotes, just half. Kimberly Guilfoyle out of photos from the family wedding this weekend. Ivanka, 41. Now, why is that even around? Okay, they always do that. Ivanka, 41. No, yeah, you're right. Was maid of honor at the wedding of half-sister Tiffany Trump, 29. On Saturday, she married 25-year-old billionaire. Wow, he's 25, 4 years younger?
Yeah.
25-year-old billionaire Michael Boulos, who she met, should be whom she met. She go to the Candace Owens School of Grammar. Anyway, the whom she met on vacation with Lindsay Lohan in Mykonos. Oh. She was on vacation with Lindsay Lohan? All right. All of the family members were in pastel-colored or gold dresses, except Guilfoyle, 53, who stood out in black. She wore black. Now, does that mean something, honey? If I show up to a wedding, everybody's got pastel stuff, and I'm in the wedding party, and I'm wearing black, like funereal. Doesn't that say something? Isn't that like a statement? Isn't that some kind of a...
Oh, I would say so.
Ivanka's light blue dress was a replica of the gown Grace Kelly wore in the film. Blah, 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 blah. Ivanka... Blah, blah, blah. And there she is, standing there. And there, everybody got the pastels and this and that and everybody there. And there she is, Mrs. Looks like my Aunt Phoebe, you know, Tia Melina, you know, with the Italian dress. You know, all she needs is the chignon and maybe the pearls. Now, what does that mean? I think it means a lot. I think it means a lot. I think there's so much symbolism there. I'm not sure what exactly. But I love that because let me tell you something. As long as I live, no matter where I go, I will never forget the night of during the COVID, during the Rona, from the White House when they were doing, I guess it was the nomination, right? It was Trump accepting the nomination. And they each got up and Kimberly Guilfoyle said, I'm going to say something. All right. So she gets up and she decides to scream, the best is yet, or has yet, the best is yet to come. And it took on in this cavernous, kind of a weird Lou Gehrig, you know, today I consider myself, I'm the luckiest man, and the best is yet to come. I mean, it was so sad. The echo through this cavernous White House. Who thought of this stagecraft? I thought, my God, that killed me. Don't ask me why. That killed me. So we wish them all the best. But President Trump, now let me ask you something right now. I know people say, I think he should run. And that's good. Now, if you sat down with the president right now, and he said, listen, I want you to talk to me about this. Do you really think I should? Do you really think I should run? Do you think I should go through this again, put my family through it? Do I have the support of the country? Do I have the support of the party? Will I have enough to do this, to subject my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit to running, to a party that obviously has nothing to do with me? Do you still say, yes, I want you to do that? Why? Because I just do. Would you? Would you really do that? Would you tell this man, go ahead and do it. Do it again. Go on and put yourself through it again. Do you think there's any chance the president might get out of being indicted? Could they indict him? Of course they could indict him. Indict anybody. Of course. The great Saul Wachtler said, any prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich. Do you want him to go through? He hasn't had that yet. That mugshot photo. Do you think that if he just keeps pushing this, and that there is no chance, but to get the nomination, and what, he's going to run as an independent? Come on. Why do you keep putting him through this? Why do you keep putting him through this? I don't understand this. What fantasy island do you live on where you say, yeah, go ahead, sure? The man suffered enough. I mean, it's just, it goes without saying. And for whatever reason, they've indicated that there was this. And you know what's going to happen next. Most probably, at some point, they're going to do a switcheroo in the immediate future of Kamala is out. She's gone. Say goodbye. Gavin Newsom, they're talking about that. Put him in as vice president. And then something happens where and then later on somebody, whatever. Because it's going to be Gavin Newsom. And let me also tell you something. And I want to say this as clear as I possibly can. And I'm going to tell Governor DeSantis this. You better make sure they don't leave you out there. Somebody needs to speak for you. Because you're going to need somebody who's going to be your Jim Baker. Who is going to protect you? Who is going to help you negotiate the world. This isn't Tallahassee. This isn't, Duval County. This isn't Jacksonville. This is, no. This isn't Pinellas or Lafayette County. This is different. Who is going to help you through this? Did you see Biden meeting with Xi Jinping? You ready for that one? You know where that one goes? And by the way, Ron DeSantis, when Victoria Nuland and the rest of these military-industrial complex, these MIC, KEY, these MIC Institute for the Study of War, Jack Keane, Kagan, and Nuland, when they come together and they turn that Soviet containment NATO stuff, what are you going to do? You're going to cave? You're going to cave? You're going to say, yes, we're going to go. You're going to do that? Do you know what you're doing? Do you have any idea what you're doing? Do you know how this thing works? You know how the Fed works? Let me ask you a question. Ron DeSantis, who gets to fire a Fed chairman? I'll save you the time. No one. No one. The Federal Reserve, I don't know who said this, but someone said, Federal Reserve is as federal, Kucinich said this, I believe, is as federal as Federal Express. Are you ready for this? Do you know what you're doing? And you know somebody's going to be checking this thing out. And there's stuff going on with Turkey and with Erdogan and with Iran. Do you understand what's happening with that? Are they going to leave you out to dry? Are they going to hang you out to dry? Are they? Who's looking out for you? Who is going to be your point person? When they brought Reagan in, he had the kitchen cabinet. He had Deaver, Len Nofziger. He had Meese. He had Baker, who was just... They had their Kissingers, and they knew they were ready to go. Are you ready for this? Because when it came time for Trump, they just abandoned him. And he did pretty well. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. Think about that one. And I promise you. Now today you're going to be talking about this, and they're going to be still talking about this Maricopa. I can't even watch Fox News. Don't tell me. I bet you somebody's going to be saying, now let's go to Judge Janine. I don't see why they don't allow this counting. Thank you, Judge Janine. I never thought of that before. Mark Levin, good guy. This is terrible. Okay, good. I'm past that. What's happening next? FTX. Nobody's going to be even touching this. Ask yourself this question. What is this about? You know the fellow who wrote Shorting Out or Shorting or The Big Short or whatever? He wrote a book. He was shadowing SBF from FTX. He was shadowing Sam Bankman-Fried, who lived in this polyamorous hypercule or some nonsense. And where'd that money go? Are the Democrats going to be doing this? No. He was a Democratic donor. Mm-hmm. Don't the Democrats want to find out where the money went from a Democratic donor? Do you think there's any chance that money showed up in this? Any kind of Democratic coffers? No, of course not. Really? No. Act Blue? No. What about in Ukraine? No. The Treasury? No. Tax for money? Payoffs? No. Are we going to get to it? No. No. Jim Jordan's not going to be talking about that. I guarantee. Nobody is. Remember this. Just put this above. But that is the story. But you're not going to be hearing about that because, as you know, and I'm going to say this again, a lot of people believe that there really is no difference between Democrats and Republicans. I know that's hard to believe. But it's true. And the reason why is they both benefit from the system continuing as is. All right, let me stop right now. We go from this to pillows. Pillows. Right now in New York City, it was 39 degrees. Nice and chilly. And that means get in, snuggle up, snuggle, snuggle, snuggle. Nothing like snuggling. It's so return to the womb. Imagine with your Giza sheet sets. Imagine with your percales. Imagine snuggling with little pooch at the in the dog bed or the animal blanket or the pet blanket. And you sit there, what about the duvet covers and the down comforters and the waffle blankets? How about the throw blankets? How about the quills? How about the gossamer blankets? Dear God, dear gossamer. How about the mattress toppers? How about the sleep systems? All available from My Pillow. Go there and go see for yourself. MyPillow.com. Put in, of course, promo code, come on, Lionel, and that's Lionel. Not two L's. I don't know why they do that. Lionel. Go there. MyPillow.com, 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 MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Now, my friends, I've got a newsletter coming out later, and I'm telling you right now, it is a barn burner. Now, I'm going to give this to you right now. This is the link. This is the link, and it is great. And I went through this, and it's I can't explain it. This one is so good. And the reason why it's so good is because it covers so many things. So here is the link. Sign up for that. And there you go. Also, make sure you go to Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors on Twitter. Lynn's, Lyns, _Warriors. This weekend, she spoke with Mike, not Mike. Yeah, no, Mark. Dr. Mark. I call him Mike. Dr. Mark Siegel. It's terrific. He's been on Fox talking about fentanyl, and oh my God, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Great interview. Just go there. Interviews right. It's up. It's up there right now. In fact, I'm going to put it up right now. Hang on one second. It is so good. And also the most hated man on the internet. You interviewed her, the Dr. Charlotte Laws. Warriors YouTube. I'm doing it right there. I'm telling you right now. Here it is. Here we are. Putting it right now. This is it right here. Look at this. It's so good. I'll put that one up right now. This is so good. Did I say good? It's great. There we go. That's hers right there. And make sure you subscribe to her channel and mine as well. All right, my friends, listen, thank you so much. Don't forget preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com, and mypillow.com, promo code Lionel. Now remember, I'm not trying to be a downer. I'm not trying to ruin your fun and your excitement, because I think, listen, what President Trump did for this country, but I don't think anybody, frankly, in this country or any system, any party, deserves him at this point. I know that may sound kind of highfalutin, but nobody's going to be supporting him. Nobody. And when you've got these turncoats, these, you know who they are. Oh, they can't wait to. And I'm going to say this one more time. Why I admire the Democrats? They never speak ill of each other. They stick together. It's like Reagan's 11th commandment. All right, my friends. See you tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Until then, don't forget. And if you really want also the more adult version of this, go to my private channel at lionelmedia.com. That's for the. It's like, remember Playboy After Dark? Well, this is sort of the same thing. In any event, see you tomorrow. And don't forget these words. The monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta. Why this thing said 20...